Hey guys, Venomous here, and I got a brand new OTGT for you. Now, I'm talking about a game I haven't necessarily played, but I'm a huge fan of the series. I know a lot of people that have been playing it and have, checked out a bunch of stuff with it. I'm talking about Monster Hunter Tri for the Nintendo Wii, okay? Let me tell you guys something a little bit about Monster Hunter, okay? I'm a huge fan of Monster Hunter because I think it's a series that, has a lot of potential for here in the States. It's very, very big in Japan. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite sold all these copies and within like this first week of its release and really boosted up the sales of the PSP. But anyway, Monster Hunter Tri is the first real big installment of the series since all the way back when it was on the console on the PS2 days, okay? They've been coming out with PSP games ever since, okay? They have Monster Hunter Freedom 1 and 2 and then Freedom United. And then also they're developing Freedom 3, okay, currently. But anyway, Monster Hunter Tri, what is it? Okay, it's basically it's basically a RPG, okay, that mimics kind of like the presence of an MMO without a story. Where basically it's just you hunting monsters, okay? And how do you hunt monsters? You go out, you kill monsters, you take their parts, you take their, essence and stuff like that. You make better weapons, better armor, better items to go kill some more monsters. And how you do it either alone or you do it with a bunch of your buddies, with up to 4 players, okay? And with the Wii, what's really cool about this is that one, you'll be able to play online, via Wi-Fi with the Wii's Wi-Fi network and stuff like that. And you'll be able to play online for free, okay? Unlike in Japan, Monster Hunter is so popular and stuff. The Wii version of Monster Hunter Tri that came out over there first, you have to actually pay by the month to actually play. But here in the States, we're gonna get this for free. So this is something a lot of Wii owners should definitely check out stuff, and a lot of Wii owners should definitely consider getting, because this is a game that's pretty much one of the really big one of the first really decent hardcore games that's gonna be out on the Wii for a while until we get something like maybe Super Mario Galaxy 2 or maybe something similar, kind of like what is it, a new Super Smash Brothers or a new Mario Kart or something. But this is like straight up hardcore. Like, if you're not really much of a fan of like hardcore games and stuff, you're more casual, like how the Wii's audience is, how it's more catering to that market, you're not going to know about this. But this is something you should definitely check out because it gives you a taste, at least something different on the other side of gaming, instead of all those stupid Wii games that we always get all the time every week. Okay, but anyway, you could play this up to 4 people, okay? You basically hunt giant-ass monsters, okay? You hunt both. First you start off small, where the game kind of like, this is like a steep learning curve a little bit, and it takes some getting used to, okay? Because you're playing with the actual Wii Classic controller. You could play with the nunchuck and stuff, but the way to actually play this game, from my understanding, is to play with the Wii control, the Classic controller, okay? Because it's got the double analog, it's got all the standard buttons like a regular Nintendo stick, Super Nintendo stick, excuse me, or a PlayStation controller. But anyway, what is it? You're hunting monsters. You start off small, okay? You learn the nitty-gritty basics of being a hunter, okay? And then you move on up to the big game, and it goes all the way from stuff that's small, from hunting like giant boars, or hunting like different types of velociraptors and stuff, to moving all the way up to fighting actual dragons, or fighting giant dragons. Now, here's the thing about this game, which might turn a little bit of people off, okay? Hunting alone is a big no-no in Monster Hunter, okay? Because take it from me, I've been a fan of Monster Hunter franchise for a little bit of time already. I know I never played it in the PS2 era of that game, but I definitely picked up and played all the PSP games, so I know pretty much a good amount of stuff on Monster Hunter. You can't really hunt these monsters alone because they will kick your ass, like seriously kick your ass. You can understand and memorize and know all these patterns and things of like what to happen, but even so, even if you cheat in this game, these monsters will still kick your ass. That's how hard sometimes these monsters could get. So it's always good to bring maybe a friend or two or 3 with you to actually take these things down, okay? And that's what the Wii version of Tri is trying to actually promote. It's trying to get people together online, to actually play together and actually hunt and fight monsters together, okay? So that way you could progress through the game, and it kind of promotes a much more healthy gaming environment, more social amongst people, okay? You could also play split screen with this game, which I checked out, which I find is very interesting. What's very cool is because everything in Monster Hunter is kind of like mimics an MMO in a sense. Almost everything is customizable, from your armor, the actual color of your armor, the type of armor that you get. What is it? Because there's a good choice about maybe about 5 to 6 different weapon types that you could actually use and actually check out, and they all play differently when it comes. Every weapon class helps you fulfill a specific role and helps you take down monsters in a different way. Some are much better, you know, going solo. Some are much better working with a team. Some are much better as support for a team, things like that. It's all different, and it's all depends on your playstyle. So the best thing what the game does, it gives you one of each weapon type and actually allows you to try all of them out in the very beginning, so that way as you continue on, maybe you want to stick with that weapon or maybe you want to branch off to something else. But all the weapons are upgradable, they all change. All the armor is upgradable. You could get different armor based on different monsters that you kill and capture and stuff like that. You actually have a companion that actually rolls around with you when you're playing solo, or if you're playing with other people. Not so much when you're playing with other people, but when you're going solo on missions like that, it's actually your companion. Sometimes it's a cat, sometimes it's a different type of animal and stuff like that, depending on how you have your character set up. But besides that, what is it? Also, your house, your actual main hub, the actual main starting point of this game is your house inside this town, where all these different shops are at your disposal for making weapons, armor, items. You even get your own farm to actually harvest items to make other stuff and help you without on your quest. So pretty much everything in this game that is devoted to you is customizable. That's what makes it so much kind of like an MMO. And besides the fact about playing the game with other people and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a very cool game. It's a franchise, in my opinion, like I've said plenty of times before, it definitely needs to deserve its credit because it's very beautiful on the Wii. This is some of the best Wii graphics you will ever see on the Wii for maybe a good long time. Some of the best environments, some of the best, gameplay mechanics where the actual game tries to mimic an actual artificial ecosystem, where pretty much you could actually just sit there and have monsters fight themselves if you wanted to. If you were able to actually get that to happen, you could actually just sit there and have the monsters fight themselves and then just come in and kill them both afterwards, after they've been weakened. But something like that is interesting. You see definitely the different animals and the different characters in the game interacting with each other just when you're not even doing anything special. The monsters that you hunt are epic. They're really cool. They're huge scale sometimes. Sometimes you actually, the monster's so big, it takes like a long time, a good 30 minutes to take them down. Like maybe from when they're going from one area to another, and you have to wait for the monster to get to a specific area to kill it or to really damage it. Stuff like that, it makes you think, and it helps you try to plan out with a bunch of other people. It actually makes you work for actually your winning. And that's the one cool thing about this game, is that after you put all that work into it, you actually get a deep sense of satisfaction from actually taking down a monster, whether you're alone or you're with friends. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. When this game comes out, it's coming out really, really soon. You should definitely check this out for your Wii. You could buy it with the classic controller. That's the best way to play it, in my opinion. Okay, playing with the nunchuck seems a little bit too hard, or a little bit too more confusing and stuff, because basically the original way to play Monster Hunter, any of the Monster Hunter games, was to use the PlayStation controller and use kind of like what's called the hook method, which is pretty much you got your index finger controlling the camera and stuff. But anyway, the classic controller's got two analog sticks, so you got one for movement, one for camera movement and stuff like that. You guys should definitely check that out, okay? Definitely get it with the classic controller if you have, or buy a second classic controller for split screen play, because you could definitely play this via split screen with a friend on here if you don't have online play, which is pretty cool. But definitely check those out. Let me guys know your comments and stuff about this game. I know, because I myself, there's probably a lot of other people who are friends of Monster Hunter. But anyway, that's all for now. I'll be back again with another OTGT. You guys can check it out, leave your comments, video responses, whatever. Keep it civil, and I'll be back again real soon. Venomous out, and that was only the goddamn truth.